What's up, my friend? Welcome to this amazing day, my friend. Today is your day, my friend. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it, my friend. How do you feel, my friend? I hope you feel amazing, because here's the thing. You gotta be your best self, because when we're our best self, everybody wins. But when you're not your best self, my friend, everybody loses. So that's your primary job every day, to be your best self. How does that happen? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Well, the first thing you got to do when you wake up, you got to have a gratitude session with God. I mean, you not the reason that you're here, that you're living another day. That's God the Father, my friend. You got to thank God for this very day. Once you have a gratitude session with God, sometimes my gratitude sessions are so in-depth, I weep like a baby. Yup. And that's all good, because see, once you're truly healed, once you're in alignment with your truth, and once you're truly, aligned, when you're comfortable with your emotions, when you're all the way healed, crying is nothing. I cry all the time, and I don't care who see me, because it's me versus me, right? So after you had that gratitude session, right, the next thing you got to do, right, is you got to put on your amazing, my friend. Yes, you do. I mean, you got to put on your amazing. How else are you going to win the day, the week, the month, and ultimately the year? I mean, isn't this what this is all about? I heard your New Year's resolution, my friend. I heard you crying out, saying 2023 is the year for me. I heard that. I'm just here to confirm that. I'm just here to make that valid, my friend. I'm here to make sure your words fall on good ground, my friend. That's why I've been giving you a tool each and every day to help you win this new year. And I got another tool for you today, right? You know what I realized, right? But here's the thing. After the gratitude session, after you put on your amazing, and you got to put on your amazing, right? Because there's nothing wrong with amazing. It's just as available, just as accessible as it's always been, right? I mean, you got to put on your amazing. Amazing is just as powerful, just as potent as it's always been. The only thing that it needs is for you to put it on, my friend. Because let me tell you the magic that happens once you put on your amazing, right? This is the magic that happens, right? See, once you put on your amazing, your weaknesses, they then become strengths. See, your fear turns into faith, my friend, and your vision becomes impeccable, my friend. No longer will you get blindsided. No longer will you be in a bad situation. No longer will you be a victim of the enemy, my friend, as long as you put on your amazing, my friend. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because without a challenge, there is no growth, but you will win, right? See, you know what I realized about life is that the more aligned you get with your truth and the more disciplined you become in it, the more allergic to anything else you become. Anything that's not my truth, or think and talk and operate like I operate, I become more and more allergic to. And that's where it's like, be in the world but not of the world. You got to be disciplined enough to disassociate yourself from certain people, places, and things, because it's not going to do it for you. You got to guard your heart and your mind with all diligence, right? But what I realize about excuse makers is this. Excuse makers don't even realize that they're making excuses half the time. You ever hear somebody make an excuse? Man, why they coming out at 10 o'clock doing this at 10 o'clock, and then you answer their excuse? You just like, listen, this is the time they've always came out, and they don't accept it. Well, I think that's still stupid. They should be coming out. No, excuse makers are listen, they become an excuse themselves. Like, they double down on their excuses, my friend. It's a habit. But even excuse makers get tired of making excuses. When all the co-signers are gone, when everybody are gone, they get tired of making excuses, but they got to be isolated. They got to be by themselves. And we all got to eventually get to the place where we can look in the mirror, my friend, and say, what are you waiting for? That's the billion-dollar question. What are you waiting for? Yes. Let's go deeper. Here's the thing. See, that thing, that thing that you think you need, the thing you keep talking about. Okay, once this happens, that's when I'm going to get started. Once I get this, that's when I'm going to be ready. That's when it's on, once this happens. See, that thing that you keep talking about, the thing that you think you need, you really don't need. Because once you get that thing that you think you need, you're going to think you need something else, my friend. Just like that excuse maker. Once excuse is justified, then they go on and adjust to a different excuse, because you just consume with excuses, my friend. You just consume with complacency, my friend. That thing you think you need, you really don't need, my friend. Go ahead and get started, right? Here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? The only thing you really need, my friend, to get started, it doesn't involve anybody else. The only thing you really need to get started is to be bold enough to start and to be intentional about why you started. Always know your why. Hold on tight to your why, my friend, and nobody can derail you. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can take it from you, my friend, but you got to be bold enough to start, my friend. Here's 3 reasons why you got to get started, my friend, because let's face it, what are you waiting for, right? Number 1, here's the thing, right? The longer you take to get started, the harder it's going to be for you to start, my friend. So you become your worst enemy, procrastinating, making excuses, following that crowd, my friend. You got to look straight ahead in the mirror, because all the answers to life problems, yeah, you got it, are in the mirror, my friend. Yep. And number 2, here's the thing. See, sometimes we can't always create our own opportunity, but we can put ourselves in position for that opportunity. But this is what it all comes down to. Whether or not you bold enough to capitalize on that opportunity when it presents itself, my friend. And that can't happen unless you get started, my friend. So I'll ask you the $1 billion question again. What are you waiting for, my friend? Yeah. And number 3, here's the thing. You got to develop a greatness mindset. A mind bold enough to believe. Here's the hard truth, whether you want to accept it or not. You have everything you need to get started, my friend. Because here's the thing. When the student's ready, the teacher appears. You got everything you need to get started. Whatever else you need will show up when you really need it, my friend. You got everything you need to get started. Here's the problem. You just gotta believe it, my friend. You gotta believe it. You gotta believe it from the inside out, my friend. That's why you gotta have power. Not only do you gotta put on your amazing, but you gotta have power. You need power of the spirit on the inside of you, my friend. Listen, this game includes us, but it's not about us, my friend. It's about maximizing our gifts so we can give them out to the world. It's about who the people that you're supposed to inspire, the people who you're supposed to uplift, the people who you're supposed to motivate. How disciplined are you, my friend, to get it done? How disciplined are you, my friend, to put your selfish interests aside and do what you need to do, my friend? How disciplined are you, my friend, to get started? What are you waiting for, my friend? Let me tell you something, my friend. You were born to be great.